this nation. We're here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
What was that?
Welcome to another episode of Command This. It is August 24th. It's a lovely Thursday, time for our Thursday night live stream. That was your boy Phil on the introduction. I am Steve. We got Dev down at the bottom. And so before we go into the episode, Phil, break it down. Let's reference the intro here. Tell everyone who we're paying homage to here with the introduction.
Well, earlier today, as many of y'all know, especially if you're a professional wrestling fan, Wyndham Rotunda, better known to everyone as Bray Wyatt, passed away unexpectedly. He was 36 years old. Hadn't been seen in a while, and I was it was hard-hitting news, so I figure I would definitely give him a tribute. Yeah, and yesterday
for Bray Wyatt, Terry Funk, man.
Yeah, yesterday Terry Funk died. Terry Funk, a legend in professional wrestling. So
Thumbs up.
it's been a rough week if you're a longtime fan, but nonetheless, I wanted to tribute old Bray in the intro. Definitely one of the most creative minds in the business. Period.
Fair. Yeah, very sad. You know, you hate to lose anybody.
Yeah, you especially hate to lose creative people.
Yeah, because you know those aren't a dime a dozen if you think about it. You know, straight up. But all right, let's get this show on the road. Marcus Edlin, thank you for joining us, brother. Says, "What's up, family? Rip Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk." Yeah, man. Rip Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. What we're gonna do now is go into our layout here of our agenda. And let's kick it. And away we go. So, episode 212, we're calling this one Streak Busters. That's right. The Commanders, our beloved Washington Commanders, went into FedEx Field. All the Ravens fans, even the players, you know, it's not a big deal. It's 24-game winning streak. And then what do? We go in and break the streak. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get it. You're saying it's not a big deal, but don't act like it's not a big deal when you lose. Right. At the end of the day, I mean, just that's what it is. You can't be happy if you continue your streak, but then you can't be salty if you lose. So, long story short, it was a fantastic game. Before we go down into the eaches, that game felt like a regular season game. I don't know about you guys, but that shit was awesome. I had such a blast watching that game. No lie.
That was something worth cheering. Tons of fun. And apparently we have to censor ourselves not for YouTube, but for Ryan Elias' son.
Why is that?
Read the comments.
What's up, boys? Got my son watching the pod tonight. Keepy BG. He already questioning Dev smoke. Oh, this
is vitamin M.
It's a clove. It's a cigar.
It's CBD,
thank you
son.
For tuning in, Rise. Thank you for young Mr. Elias. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you joining the Command This family here. But yeah, let's get to the game. You know, Monday Night Football. It was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman in the booth. It was a good time. It was good to see our team being in the national spotlight. We're getting a lot of national love lately. Good, bad, and different. We're getting the attention. We're not used to it, and pretty much the attention we're getting recently, as of late, has been all positive. Which, once again, we're also not used to that either. So it's kind of nice. Not gonna lie. Let's continue to ride this wave as long as we can. But let's just go into the game breakdown here real quick. Sam Howell was fantastic. He was great. He in total,
fantastic.
19 for 25, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks for 20 yards. Rushing game was kind of non-existent, but let's just start it on the first drive. Defense got cooked on the first drive. Quan Martin got cooked. Forbes got worked. It wasn't a good first drive.
Our second team defense, because that's what was mostly out there.
Correct, except for those two guys.
We have to keep these Ravens fans in check because they think that they did that against our first team defense.
Right. Yes. First offensive drive, B-Rob comes out the gate with a couple rushes, gets stuffed. Second one gets around 6 yards. I'm only going to focus on the first couple drives here. B-Rob screen pass. It was kind of the B-Rob show to start. Cole Turner, very, very surprisingly nice game here. Started off with a good catch down the middle for 8 yards. Sam took a really bad sack on that first drive, held the ball too long. We lost 13 yards. But what does he do the very next play? Comes down the field, hits Cole Turner on a 17-yard catch. Yeah. And, he's I guess you can call him a second-year quarterback, first-year starter, but he's going to make mistakes. But the most important thing to me is how do you bounce back from those mistakes? Resiliency, right? You throw a pick, you get a sack. What are you going to do afterwards?
He self-corrects.
And you know what, Dev? I think Bieniemy and Ron Rivera have been saying that throughout camp. He identifies mistakes. He knows. He's self-aware, where some of these guys in the past are not.
Right. Facts.
So resiliency is a huge thing. And then Terry makes a catch over the middle. B-Rob continues to run. Sam has a scramble for 6 yards, gets a first down. Another shot over to the middle for Terry for 13. He gets rid of the ball. There was one play on that first drive where Sam scrambles up the middle and he gets rocked. You can't be doing that, man. You got to slide, live to fight another day. But he finished the first drive 5 for 6, 53 yards and a sack. Not a bad way to
our offensive line has been the surprise, in my opinion, of the preseason. I'm not going to lie to you. That outside Wiley's mess ups.
Whoa. Deb,
I know.
Can you say that again?
The offensive line has been, in my opinion, the surprise of preseason. I got a chance to watch the film of the first preseason when Wiley got the penalties. The first one's on him. The second one, from what I understand, he was supposed to have inside help, so we played outside. The guy with inside, his help wasn't there. So he grabbed the guy to stop him from hitting the quarterback. You're not supposed to blame him for that one. And unfortunately, it gave us a safety. I'm not going to blame that on him anymore since I realized what he was supposed to do. And the guard, who I don't think was Cosme, I don't think he was in on that play, did not get inside contained. So I'm cool with that if we know what happened and they fixed it. I haven't seen Wiley play bad either. He hasn't done anything crazy that I've seen.
Surprisingly,
right? He hasn't. I haven't had to cuss the screen and yell his name, right? And that's basically all you look for. If you don't do that, you had a good day as a lineman.
That's true. Today,
Cosme, by the way, man, has been, in my opinion, one of the better players out there, man, on the line. And that's me saying it. I hope I'm wrong about the guy, man. I hope I'm wrong. It might be the vitamin
for the record
M talking, but
for the record.
For the record, Cosme, I hope he proves me wrong. I'm rooting for the guy, man, but I think he'll be hurt by week 8. I think he'll be on injury reserve by week 8.
I had to justify it.
Yeah.
Okay,
who we kidding?
Yeah. Let's talk about the second and third drives real quick, because this is where Sam really makes his money. Second drive, he starts with the good out to Curtis Samuel for 12 yards. Antonio Gibson's in the run game now. Sadiq has a holding penalty. But De'Ami Brown has a nice pass down Brown, but it's broken up.
Absolutely.
Then we end up punt, get pinned back by the offense. Now on the third drive, all right. Hey, what's up? This is my mom and dad. What's up, mom and dad? HTTR. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. On the third drive, it was good. The protection is what I wrote in my notes on the third drive. Protection was fantastic, as Deb was saying earlier. It was a dump off, dump off, dump off. If you remember that drive, nothing was open. I'm hoping Sam just took what was given to him, because that means he's learning the offense and he's just checking down when he needs to. But if you remember, there's a great pass to Jahan Dotson, and the ball gets tipped. And what happens? He has the wherewithal to continue to focus on the catch, and Jahan comes down with it. It was a fantastic play.
Absolutely was.
And then shortly after that, Antonio Gibson had a 9-yard touchdown pass. And then this was the play where Gates comes in and just wrecks shop on, I don't even know who it was. I was so into the play that he just boulders over like number 27 or 29 or whatever. But you know what? Karma's a bitch, man. Is a B. Excuse me. Karma is a B. Karma is a B. You can't go around and well, let's refresh their memories. Phil, tell us about Mark Andrews and what he did during the joint practices.
So Mark Andrews, he got some incidental contact because Danny Johnson was diving after a play during the Ravens Commanders joint practice and kind of clipped him around the knee. Wasn't particularly low, but he was diving for a ball, trying, as if you were, in a game, because that's what you're supposed to do in practice. And Mark Andrews didn't like being touched because apparently he wants to play flag football. So he then jumps Danny Johnson behind, which, by the way, Danny Johnson is all about, 5'10", 5'11",
Yeah,
maybe
not
6
even
foot,
that.
180, 190 pounds. Mark Andrews, like 6'5", 250, and just grabs him from behind and then just slams him down to the ground and tears his shoulder. And Johnson's now out for the season.
Yeah, torn rotator. I forget the exact injury, but so for Nick Gates to come on the field and do the same thing, hit you from behind, no penalty was called. Totally okay with it. And if he did get fined after that, I would start a GoFundMe and I would contribute to it. That's how happy.
No, the best part was Sam Cosby from behind, like staring at all this mess. He's just
and he just starts grittying.
Start doing the gritty.
Hitting the gritty. Man.
Like a really bad one too. Just like
didn't the center run up and slap somebody in the back over it or something, dove over in the pile or something like that?
I'm not sure. All I remember
when Gibson scored Gates. Yeah, when Gibson scored the touchdown.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Gates comes out of nowhere and gets a little payback for Andrews and just
fatality.
Just wrecks the dude.
I think that this is actually a good sign about the.
Yeah, he's nasty. I like him.
I like the nastiness. I like the aggressiveness.
You're nasty.
But what I like is you're standing up for your teammate. And he's new to this team. Gates was brought in during this offseason. He's already standing up for guys who have been here a while. Danny Johnson's been here for a few years.
And that's the type of stuff, Phil, that I believe builds culture and camaraderie amongst the team and the teammates, sticking together, putting up for people. So
I saw Deion Sanders get on two of his players for not fighting.
Yeah, see, I think it kind of means something. And then finally, the last drive we'll talk about here right now is that going into the half, it was a 2-minute drill. I don't know the exact amount of time that was left on the clock. It was definitely less than 2 minutes. And what does Sam do? He gets sacked to start. Okay, then he scrambles for a first down. There was a defensive holding, put it forward 10 more yards. Hits Terry over the middle for 13. We have an offsides. What we did was, and this is smart awareness by Ron. Usually I don't give him his credit because he's not very good at situational football and clock management. He calls it when you have a penalty under 2 minutes, it's a 10-second runoff unless you use a timeout. And what did he do? He used a timeout because we had 3 of them. And then that was the play. Terry comes up limping. That was the one. And so we almost got out of this scot-free. Terry has they called it turf toe at first. MRIs are negative. They're really unsure how long it's going to take, but I don't know. If you're asking me,
sprained toe?
It's a sprained toe. He doesn't even need to play Arizona. That's how.
Man, I don't know. You keep on saying that, man. But
You think Thunderbolt Colt's gonna take it to us?
No. But what if?
You're
You know
right.
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but we'll talk about this later.
At
I
least
think
make up a decoy. You know, Turf Toe doesn't get better with rest.
no, it
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, just ask Pierre Garçon. He played through it
Just
his
ask
whole career,
Reed.
I think. Yeah.
Just ask Jordan Reed.
So after the Terry injury, Sam hits Dotson for 16. Jahan Dotson for 16 yards. The protection was once again fantastic, and then he hits another completion to Jahan Dotson for 17 yards. So Sam is just picking apart this offense, and then caps it off with what? An 11-yard touchdown reception to De'Ami Brown. He throws it in anticipation. He throws it up and hopes De'Ami goes and gets it, which he does, and then the rest is history. Fast forward to the end of the game. The rest was just kind of, fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Sly gets us into position because of Jake from State Farm, drives us down the field and hits a field goal to win the game, 29-28. We end the streak. It was, I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the game. Like, Dev, what else did you think about that game, man? It was fun.
It was a fun. I even heard a couple of commentators say it was the best preseason game they ever went
they
to.
did say that.
It was the most fun.
Sure did.
Game.
Sure enough.
But I understand that the Ravens. I understand the Ravens' point of view that y'all made such a big deal out of it. But it's not so much that it was the Ravens in the streak, but it was just that we were celebrating that it seemed like we played together and it felt like we had our act together. That's what most of us are celebrating. It just so happened to be the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Right. It just so happened to be a streak. That was just the Creole seasoning on top of the catfish. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little extra. Right. But I think that we were more or less happy because we felt like, man, our quarterback. We actually have a guy, man. We have a guy. That's how we felt. It felt like our second round picks showed up in the preseason game. All of them, I think, showed up. Sadiq Charles looked good. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody looked good, man. Like at least no one came out like this guy sucks. Like the first game was like, fuck, Wiley sucks. Like everybody was mad, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, no one liked that guy. No one. This game was like a feel good game. It was like a National Lampoon Christmas movie. That's what this thing. That's what this preseason game was like. Yeah. It was happy.
It was happy.
It's Christmas.
Yeah. Holiday Run.
I do not have that soundbite, but I should get it.
Yeah.
We're already not monetized and copyright thieves apparently when you show NFL film and talk over it. So you know what? Maybe I'll try to get that one. Little holiday action. Let's roll right into Overreaction Monday. Let's start with you, Phil. This is how we do it during the regular season. We hit some Overreaction Monday. So it's your show. What do you want to do for Overreaction Monday?
Overreaction Monday. We're going to keep this real simple. It's all the people going, oh my God, Terry's toe is hurt. The season's over. We're not even going to win 5 games. Oh my goodness, he's going to possibly miss week 1. It's already over. The amount of Chicken Little going on over Terry's toe on social media kills me. Like, oh, this is Ron's fault. It's a football game. It's not touch football. It's not flag football. This is full contact football. It's
emotional damage.
Emotional.
That's what it is. That's a good one, Phil. That's a good one.
I mean, it's so much contact. It's blurring my camera. I mean, just talking about it. Okay.
That's your moxie, Phil. That's your moxie.
No moxie over here. I'm too big for moxie.
We got to figure out
You know what's moxie? You know what you can call moxie on me is if I, in the shape I'm in, go out and run a marathon.
Oh yeah, that's definitely moxie.
That's moxie on my part.
I call that stupid. You're gonna die if you did that.
Hey Dev, you be proud of me.
I got some paperwork that need to fill out before you try that event.
I created a character in Madden on that whatever that superstar mode is. It used to be face of the franchise. I don't know what's called a new one. I named him David McMoxie, and he went to Coastal Carolina.
Hey, I played a franchise. I picked up. I traded a
Coastal
7th round pick.
Coastal Carolina.
I traded a 7th round
Let's
pick.
back up here. I can't talk too much about Coastal Carolina because my cousin was a full scholarship catcher
Yeah,
for Coastal Carolina.
that's fair.
But they are such a moxie school.
See, I picked one. I didn't even know. I was like, Coastal Carolina. That sounds kind of moxie.
Because they had a run. They had a run where they were in the top 25 of the college football rankings a couple years ago.
I couldn't tell you where it's at.
I forgot who they had on that team.
It is.
That went to the NFL. They had a guy.
It is just outside of Myrtle Beach.
They had a guy recently that went to the NFL. That's pretty good. I can't even think of who it is.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina is one of those schools that everyone's. It's like a UCF.
Oh, Central Florida, yeah.
Yeah, where they just kind of pop up out of nowhere, except they do it less than UCF.
Yeah.
Man, when I played the franchise in Madden, I traded like a 7th round pick and Jake Fromm for Cunningham on the Patriots. He plays Liberty, receiver and quarterback. So I got him in on Wildcat on quarterback. I put him at receiver sometimes. Let him run stupid stuff. Pretty dope.
That's
what's
cool.
the name? My quarterback, Howell, he got injured for like 5 weeks on the first damn play of my regular season.
Yeah.
5
games.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I got
Ryan says it was definitely more excited and I've invested than I've ever been for a preseason game. Truth. It's facts. Same here.
Yeah.
I didn't get bored. I didn't turn it off. Pops says too many drop passes. It was preseason. Execution needs to improve greatly. It was a sweet win though. I don't remember that many drop passes. Maybe it happened the second half because I really tuned out a little bit the second half. I was just vegging out because I was still like on a high from the first half. But Marcus says my overreaction is we shouldn't play our first string offense and defense one series on Saturday. Yeah, I will be at that game with my family. Don't play any of the starters. Relax them, chill. Dev, what's your overreaction Monday?
Cosme's good.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah. Cosme's good. And
Sadiq Charles is an NFL starter.
And Dev, I'm gonna piggyback right on you conceptually. My overreaction Monday is yes, it was fantastic. Yes, it was a great win, but it was against their backups. So
our backups played too.
Yeah, but it was our starting offense. So right. I am cautiously happy. I'm super happy. Regardless, it's the NFL, right? It's difficult no matter what. And just to see the starting offense execute was fantastic. But I'm cautiously optimistic. I just want to see that carry over and into week 1 against starters. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not taking away from what they did, but it's overreaction Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like we can say whatever we want to say because that's what we do on the show. But
I don't think it matters if the starters play because I think it's more or less we saw them execute and do things without penalty and without making false steps.
Yeah, that's what
those
I just
are the
said.
Things I look for. I don't really care that we beat them. You know, I care that we look like our guys were doing the jobs they were supposed to do while doing it. If you lose doing that, I'm cool with it.
I'll actually piggyback off that. I am glad they won this game because even though it's preseason doesn't mean anything. It's a source of just that little bit of gain, that confidence of here's a team that does so well at this point in the season.
You need that, right?
And you spoiled it for them to the point that I love that they say, oh, look, they're treating this preseason win like it's the Super Bowl. Ugh. How long were we hearing all week about this streak? Which, by the way, this streak never got any kind of publicity until this game.
That's
I
right.
never even knew this streak existed.
I didn't either.
I
did not.
I knew it
no
existed.
clue.
I knew it.
No clue.
Suddenly, there's a streak, and it's of course setting up for continuing the streak. That's what they wanted. Is to look at this magnificence in times that don't matter, but nonetheless, is the streak. It's hammered all week. Like y'all gonna lose because this is when the Ravens are at their best, and they weren't.
That's right. That's what we did. Ryan says, my overreaction is hearing fans say we are good with this O-line. Same thing Dev said. Definitely think we need to be able to sustain a run to be able to keep these drives going. Yeah, they went away from the run a little bit. Some people on social media were questioning Robinson's vision. He did run into the line a little bit.
I keep telling y'all, man, that Gibson's a better running back than him, man. No one wants to listen, bro. I've been saying it, man. I said, look, man, I see holes that he misses, and he runs out of bounds when I feel like he could have got more yards. There's a time I seen him run straight out of bounds and look like all you gotta do is take 2 more steps as a touchdown. I'm like, what is going on?
I remember
man?
that. I remember that.
I'm like, but like, man, I think that Gibson's a better running back than him at this point.
Yeah.
Last year. Now the guy got shot, so
yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's go on to good, bad, ugly, great. So for those still in the chat here, kicking it with us, tell us good, bad, ugly, great. Phil, you want to take this one first?
The good was there's a lot of good. Okay, so the good was the play of our receivers moving. Whenever Howell moved out of the pocket, they moved to the ball. Whenever they they made catches in traffic, they got just enough separation from tight coverage to make plays. They did everything they could to help out our quarterback. That was good. The bad was I guess I would say, early on, some of the coverage with receivers and also with overcommitting to holes and so forth on defense, and then running backs cutting back behind them. You overcommit to, I shouldn't say holes, but you cut back to one. You go after one gap real aggressively. Running back cuts through a hole created because of your vacancy. And although, like I said, if we're going to miss, I'd rather we miss aggressively. The ugly.
It's tough. This is a tough one, but you got to pick something.
I got one.
The ugly, I would say, is tension breaker.
I would say I don't even have anything really ugly for this
you
one.
Can pass.
Other than the fact that I would say, okay,
you can pass. That's fine.
The ugly was that awkward handshake that Josh Harris did. Joe Buck in the booth.
He was just he was talking with his hands, and Josh Harris looks over and goes,
oh. Josh Harris was so sauced.
Yeah, that was definitely
that's my owner, man. That's my owner.
A little bit socially awkward, kind of funny.
The great was Sam Howell.
Yeah,
that was a great performance. I think people are more and more starting to understand, like at least when I talk about on social media, what I'm talking about with the eyes. That man, there's nothing phases him. Nothing.
Cool as the backside of a pillow.
He's a stone cold killer.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Cool as the backside of a pillow.
He's a killer. Cool.
Moxie.
Man, stone cold.
Moxie everywhere.
Not even Moxie. No, Moxie, you understand, Moxie looks jittery and it just happens.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Those eyes are so static.
I think Moxie is also
into the distance.
You're not supposed to be good, but you show flashes of exceeding your ability and expectations. I think that's Moxie, and that's not Sam at all. At least from what I noticed. Yeah, what you got for good, bad, ugly, great, man? Spit it out.
I'm gonna say the good was the win. I think the good was the win. It's good to have to feel the feeling of winning, even if it is a meaningless preseason game.
Yeah.
The bad, I would say some of the drops we had from our receivers. There were a couple of times we could have made a play, but we failed to hold on to the rock. The ugly would be Howell holding on to the ball a little too late on both those sacks that were all on the quarterback, and there was also a dump off that he didn't throw to on both of them. So I understand he was trying to make a play, but that's how quarterbacks get hurt, and that's how you end up in negative yardage on early downs. So I mean, if nothing's open, take the dump off to the flat, to the running back or the tight end, and just get the 2 or 3, 4 yards, man, and live to fight another day, even if it takes you on 4th down. And the great would be, I like seeing our team fight and stick together when somebody gets in their face. So that's the great thing about it. It looks like this team is gelling and becoming cohesive and building kind of a chemistry together, man. And like I said, that's the thing that I like to see. I didn't care so much they won. They lost. If they lost doing the right thing and playing together, I was cool with it in the preseason game, man. So, but they ended up winning, so that was a great thing.
Yep, that's fair. Okay. Marcus says, "Goods, Joey Sly." You know, we did almost ice our own kicker, by the way.
But one more thing.
Proof that icing the kicker doesn't work.
One more thing. The ugly really was Cheeseman, but the great wasn't Joey Sly. It was the punter who not only picked the first field goal he made, it was rolled back to him. He got it and put it on the tee to kick the field goal to the first field goal. And then when he kicked the game winner, that was snapped back laces forward.
So the backup punter who took Tressway's position, the one who Rod says is my doppelganger, Mike Pilardi. That's who the punter was. 2 punts, 104 yards, averaged 53.
Right.
That dude
I'm saying
the
field goal though, it actually was laces back, and our punter caught it. Still, the placeholder, Tressway, he caught it and still set it down right. And the first one rolled. You watch the field goal, it rolled back. Cheeseman rolled it back on the ground, and he caught it and still put it down for the kick field goal, man.
Cheeseman's struggling, dude.
That is definitely the great, I should have mentioned, or at least the good for Tressway.
Yep.
Marcus
says always good.
Placeholder.
You should name the good. The good award should be the Tressway Award.
Yeah. But this one's tough. It's two okay awards, 2 bad awards. But Marcus says, good Joey Sly, bad Sam Howell, needs to work on recognizing the blitz before the snap. Ugly is the run defense. Wild Goose, and great was the rest of Sam Howell's play and our wide receivers and the rest of the defense. Very good. Chet Scotland, what's up, Chet? Joining us from YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. He said the offense was set by 15 seconds of game clock. And the bad, that wasn't Baltimore starters. Yeah, we kind of talked about that earlier. A little bit of, reserved optimism. That's okay. But yes, I think we all acknowledge that wasn't Baltimore starters. And, hopefully we can carry that into week 1. My good, bad, ugly, I'm going to say good overall was Sam Howell. He, once again, wasn't all of their starters, but he executed, and it's the NFL. He's a professional football player. It's not easy to execute. You can go out there and play, but to execute whatever game plan and the plays that are being called and do it proficiently, and without Terry McLaurin after the first quarter, by the way, that says a lot.
By the way, just a news update, man. They probably have sacked Heineke like 7 times.
Oh,
and they took him out.
I didn't even know Atlanta was playing tonight.
Second quarter, they sacked this guy like 7 times in the second quarter.
Moxie alert.
Sam Darnold.
Yep. So my good was Sam Howell. I was so happy to see him play. It just shed a tear to my eyes. He like Phil said, he looked poised. He wasn't rattled. He did. And going on to my bad, like I said, we're reaching. This is why we have this segment, good, bad, ugly, great. Even though there's not a lot of things, you have to struggle and reach for something to fit these categories. So for bad, just for discussion purposes, I'm going to say it was the scramble Sam Howell made where he just got blown up. Like, Sam, you can't do that. I know you're learning. Just slide. You don't have to. You're 10 yards away from the end zone. You're not going to punch it in. You got laid out. Please be careful. We need you. You are our savior. We need you. Protect yourself. Slide. Move on. Ugly, I'm gonna say the Jacoby Brissett interception. Did you guys see that interception? It was horrendous. Yeah. It wasn't even close to the receiver. That was probably the worst play of the entire game was Jacoby Brissett's interception.
I was looking for it, looked like a miscommunication, but no, he just missed him because he's already turned when he threw it.
Yeah, it was just bad all around. Yeah. So that's my bad. And then great. I hate to say it, Dev. I'm gonna say offensive line, man. It was, and I was, like I said, cautiously optimistic. I'm cool with it. All right, game balls. Phil, let's start with you. Who you giving a game ball to on offense and then one on defense? Same rules apply, not the same person.
Then I'm going to cheat on offense and I'm going to say Sam Howell.
I'll make it harder for us. Okay, fair.
I mean, that was really. I mean, the first game, everybody's like, "Well, it was good," but no, I can understand it wasn't Baltimore starters, but it wasn't all our starters on offense either. Um, especially he was missing his blindside protection, and
Yeah.
that was a performance that got so many people talking positively about this team.
Yeah.
Just that performance, just that alone, got so much positive media attention. You get a game ball for that. On defense, might be the only time I said, "Who knows?" But given the second round curse that Dev hates, but I'm going to give a game ball to Quan Martin.
Quan, he did have a rough first drive.
He had a real rough first drive, but that interception in the end zone, and then to run it back all the way back into opposing territory, that was a momentum shifter. And
Yeah,
if he's going to
made up
make
for it.
if he's going to make those kinds of plays, cool. You've got a spot on this roster.
That's fair. All right, Dev. Game balls.
Offense. I'm gonna go to Sadiq Charles, man.
Sadiq Charles.
Man, can't believe I'm saying it. He looked good, man. He looked quick. He looked athletic. Still think they should start Paul because I think he earned it over him from what I've seen. Now I'm not in practice, so I don't know. But
Right.
from what I've seen in the 2 games, I think Paul is still my first because I felt like he's earned it. You know what I'm saying? But number one by being available. So but Sadiq Charles, man, I think he should play next game. I think he and Paul should play.
You think so?
Yeah,
Together?
for sure. Yeah, I think they should not together, but they should be playing in the game to compete
Oh,
for
you mean
that
just for like
that
reps in
job.
practice?
Yeah, they should compete in that game, man. They should be playing. In fact, I think the whole starting line, maybe besides Cosme, should play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, but
Leno can sit out.
that's what I said. Except Leno, he's the only one that probably
Leno and Cosme have pretty much solidified their spots.
All right, so who are you settling on for offense?
Offense, I'm going with Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Defense, man, I'm gonna match you guys. I'm gonna say Quan as well. Love for second round picks today, I guess, but Quan looked like he bounced back. He did start out pretty rough, but he ended up making the plays that helped us win the game. So I'm going with Quan.
Okay, that's fair.
Or Tressway.
Yeah, or Tressway. Because you're right, defense / special teams, you could use it if you wanted to.
Man, he was saved too. He saved 6 points.
Yeah,
he saved 6 points. Both those snaps, most holders would have picked up a rolling when they got it on the tee without the kicker having to mess up. Most guys wouldn't have to be able to. Kickers wouldn't be able to reel one in laces the wrong way.
Yeah,
that's a long snapper's fault.
Okay. Marcus says offense, Eric Bieniemy and his coaching and play calling. You can see the difference. He gets his game ball, and Quan Martin on defense. Special teams, he's given Joey Sly and Tress Way. So Marcus gave out 3 game balls. That's our new game balls.
Why'd you put reverb on balls?
It's just how it came. I did not control the reverb.
That's how it came, huh?
That's pause. Yes. Ryan said his game balls, Jahan Dotson, Andre Jones. He's closing gaps and applying pressure.
Andre Jones is.
I was going to give one to Andre Jones, but
Andre
Ryan
Jones might end up our starting
sleeper pick
defensive end in the next year. So,
dude, he's the new FAO bottom man. My game balls, I'm going De'Ami Brown on offense since you guys took Sam and Sadiq. I'm going De'Ami. He had a great, and Ryan took Jahan, so I challenged myself even further to not duplicate. De'Ami Brown came in the absence of Terry McLaurin and caught a touchdown. Did fantastic. Proud of him. Hope the connection sticks. He's our wide receiver 4. If Terry's out for any period of time, he's wide receiver 3. So, put in work. And then for my defensive game ball, I was going to do Andre Jones. I like that dude. He was the guy when I went to Ravens camp, was just getting all sorts of love. And I didn't know why. I didn't even know who he was. But I'm going to go Percy Butler. I feel Percy Butler had a very sneaky, quiet, good game. Just seemed to be everywhere he needed to be, at least for the series he was playing. So Percy Butler for me. And that's our game balls. How about let's go to stock up, stock down. So I'll start this one since you guys are going for it. So stock up, De'Ami Brown. He played well. Connection was there, showing that he's not just there for his speed. So I like him. I hope he makes the team. So he's got my stock up.
You think there's a chance De'Ami Brown's not gonna make the team?
No, he's come on.
He said at the end, I hope he makes the team. Like it was like newsflash to me.
That's true. Stock down. I'm gonna say Chris Rodriguez. He had a fumble. He's struggling to make this team. I want him to make the team. Jarrett Patterson's just doing little things better. Jonathan Williams is basically
Chris
suplexing
Rodriguez
people.
is definitely on the team.
But he's not helping himself is the problem.
Nah, he's definitely on the team.
And I don't know
probably
how
the
you keep
backup running back.
five running backs. Jarrett Patterson's probably practice squad. They love Jonathan Williams. So I don't know how you keep more than 3 running backs.
They keep it 3.
I just don't.
It's gonna be Chris, Gibby, and Robinson.
Yeah, I mean they love Jonathan Williams, and Jonathan Williams is not practice squad eligible.
Armour might play.
Fullback, different position. They keep him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my stock up, stop down. Phil, let's go for you next.
Stock up. Oh, sit down. I'm going to say this only because it seems to be stock up, stock down in the eyes of our fan base. Stock up is Josh Fromm.
Jake Fromm.
Or Jake Fromm.
Yeah.
Josh Harris, Jake Fromm.
He played fantastic, by the way.
Jake Fromm.
Fantastic.
Throwing some lasers.
He was definitely doing his thing. And stock down, Jacoby Brissett.
Oh.
Damn.
Because there are people now saying we should just keep Fromm and cut Brissett.
No.
That's stupid. That's
I'm
dumb
like,
talk.
Stop.
That's dumb.
That's dumb talk.
That's dumb.
Clown.
Just stop.
But I mean, it's nice to see that all 3 quarterbacks, have the ability to play well. Stranger things have happened with this team needing to go to its 3rd, 4th, 5th quarterback of the season.
Absolutely.
So just seeing that was nice, but I mean, my stock isn't down on Jacoby. I know what he is. He's won games in this league.
Right. You know exactly what he is.
But I mean, stock down for Jacoby just for, a not great performance in that preseason game. It's a preseason game. But stock up for Jake Fromm. Great game.
Yeah. All right, Dev, what you got?
Stock up. I'm gonna go stock up on Cosme.
Cosme, okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think I'm coming on the Cosme train a little bit here. Pause. And stock down, Wild Goose. You are terrible.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. He can't play outside, man. He's completely a slot. I think they put him out there just to give him some reps at it in case they needed him to. But I think that he's done, man. We have too many guys that play slot defender. I think that there's no way you keep a guy that only plays slot. I think they proved that by playing him outside exclusively in the preseason just to get a look, and it didn't work out for him. I hope he gets another shot at it because I think that there's a spot for him since Johnson's going to be on IR. But I didn't think Johnson may make the team either.
Yeah.
So those are some things those are my stock up, stock down.
All right. Marcus says, stock up, De'Ami Brown, Casimir Allen, Andre Jones. Stock down, Shard, Wild Goose. Yeah. So
trash juice.
He's there with you, Dev. Wild
Shard, trash juice.
I think he's had 2 bad games.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I think they've been playing him outside mostly exclusively just to get a look. But
if you've seen the Ravens training camp vlog I did to join practice, there was a dude who was in the parking lot with me, had a Wild Goose jersey on. I've never
his cousin.
Dude, this
gotta be
different ethnicity, different
gotta be
race.
some more wild geese out there. You know
Wait, hold on now. That doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't matter. Haven't you watched Different Strokes? Didn't you watch Different Strokes?
Different Strokes.
Move to the beat of just one drum.
Yeah,
might be right for you.
That's true.
Might not be right for some.
Did you watch the Cosby Show?
Bill
Cosby was Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad. Very specific shade.
Yes.
By the way, nobody talks about
specific shade. All of his kids, different shades.
Mr. Dummer was a terrible dad. I think like Kelly. I think that the sister was in the porn.
Who?
You know, Willis was always going to jail. Like Kim on a Different Strokes, she did porn. Susan
Oh
Plato.
yeah, Kim Field.
Yeah.
Kim, not Fields.
Susan
but
Plato.
Yes.
Susan,
Yeah.
or no. Dana Plato.
Dana Plato. Sorry, Susan. If there's
And
one
then
that
who's
said
the older
something.
brother? Todd
Bridges. Didn't he pass
Bridges.
away? Rest in peace if he did. I'm tripping.
I
I
don't
know.
know if
I
he
know
did.
that Arnold Jackson, aka Arnold. I can't think of his name. Yeah, that guy.
You probably don't remember. Do you know they did a cross collab with Arnold, Silver Spoons?
Yeah, definitely. He lived next door.
And Knight Rider. Arnold and the Rick. I forget the kid's name. Rick something.
Rick Schroeder
from Silver Spoons. They did an episode where they were on a set of Knight Rider and they were in the back of a car and they were about to get blown up. That is a deep pull.
And he got saved by David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the episode that you need to watch Different Strokes whenever.
Good. Nice.
What was Arnold's best friend's name? He hung out with Dudley.
I don't remember.
Well, he had a friend named Dudley, and he was getting raped by the bicycle owner that was down the street.
It was on a very special episode.
Yeah. He was like touching
that episode was ahead of its time, by the way.
He was touching Dudley's ding-a-ling, man.
No, they did that kind of stuff all the time. You'd have one or two of those.
Keep it PG.
Special episode of the.
I remember
the best episodes
on a very special episode of Blossom.
Yeah.
Whatever the show was.
We talked about this a long time ago.
Loved this very special episode.
The Dudley stuff. And then
we did.
The shocking content.
Dudley was getting his ding-a-ling touched on, man, by the bike owner.
Yeah.
Bike store.
Final topic of the evening.
Dudley's
As you know, we tend to give these things out. It's Dev's award. We let Dev give it out. So without any further ado, let's give away the Glock Dookie. Actually, that one's the one that gets us. Actually, they'll all get demonetized.
So a gun and a turd. No matter how you put the gun in a turd.
You, sir, have won a Glock Dookie.
Steve gets the Glock Dookie Award.
Just
still a gun and a turd,
everywhere.
Still a gun and a turd.
But
the Glock Dookie Award goes to Ravens fans. Ha 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 ha. Glock Dookie. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get.
Glock Dookie all over that.
Ravens fans, Glock Dookie. Bang,
That's right.
Bang, skeet, skeet.
Skeet, bang, bang, bang. You get the Glock Dookie Award. For those new to the show, the Glock Dookie Award is the someone or something who just
stinks.
I don't know, sucks. You mess up.
You're craptacular. You are ass-tacular.
That's it. That's right.
Undelicious.
Natia Holloway says, "Hey, fellas from Columbia, South Carolina. How about them Commanders?" Yes.
How about them Commanders?
First off, and how about them Commanders? That's right. Happy so far. Happy so far. Ryan Elias gives us his stock up. Says Eric Bieniemy stock up. Stock down Logan Thomas. Even though he didn't play, I don't see him here next year. Oh man.
Honorable mention for the stock up.
Makes me
A
hard.
lot of people might not be here next year.
So yes, Phil, I'm with you. Honorable mention for stock up is Cole Turner. I was gonna say Cole Turner. I just like Diami better, but yes, Cole Turner played a heck of a game, and I clearly see him taking over tight end one if Logan is slipping. Don't get caught lacking, Logan.
Casimir Allen caught a few third downs too, man. Showing he can play a little receiver, not just a kick returner.
But Logan being injured still just hurts my heart. I want to see him prosper. And
you didn't buy a Thomas jersey, did you? It goes for Roy Halou jersey.
No, Roy Halou
is Steve's special boy.
Yeah. He is, man. I love me some Logan Thomas, but all good. Marcus greeting the fans in the comments.
I mean,
here.
look, if Cole Turner turns out to be as good as he could be, Logan who?
Right. Exactly. So we have culminated with
how quickly did we forget about Fred Davis when Jordan Reed showed up?
Yeah, and then
That-
Jordan Reed stopped showing up like every year.
It was like Fred
Maybe
who?
people haven't forgotten about Jordan
That
Reed.
guy looking like he might be a top 2 or 3 tight end in the league, man. To like, maybe every month I'll show up.
Oh
He was
man,
fucked up. I think he got concussion problems.
Yeah.
Fred Davis.
Man,
No, Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed.
Fred Davis had other problems.
Yeah, Fred
Ryan
Davis
said
had
the
a problem with the
ego
sticky of the icky.
problems.
Yeah.
Ryan said Glock Dookie Award to my third born, having a meltdown, and I can't finish the podcast.
Well, we're
Hey,
finishing it up anyway.
Speaking of third borns, my second born's birthday is tomorrow. She will be the big 20. She is at Arizona, where she's a cheerleader for the university.
Happy birthday!
Happy born day.
So she'll be 20 tomorrow. So I should post her Cash App so y'all could get in those.
Happy
But-
birthday!
Yep, this is my baby's birthday.
Nice.
Haven't seen her in a while, man. So
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Natia said, I can't stand Fromm, but he came through. I still don't like it. Hey, Jake from State Farm, he was throwing lasers. I said the same thing.
Hold up.
Lasers.
I said she's in Columbia. I sense she's a South Carolina fan. It's probably why she doesn't like
the
Fromm.
wrong kid
'Cause
died.
he's a Georgia boy.
The wrong kid
Yeah, I
died.
think there's a
Georgia
little
boy.
SEC hate going on there, which is fine. I can get that.
That's
You
why I
know?
hate
Not
Chris
yet.
Rodriguez too, man, because he went to UK. But hey, and Jimmy Davis. But hey, I root for him. Now,
Natia, you got it. So why do you hate Fromm? Is it really the Georgia connection? And if it is, what is your team? Are you a Tar Heel? Are you a
Bro,
Georgia
South Carolina
Bull? Are
fan.
you
Columbia,
a,
she's
are
either
you a
Alabama
UNC?
fan.
Are
She'll
you
be
a-
Alabama fan.
Clemson or a Gamecock fan. And if it's Clemson, I don't understand it. If she's a South Carolina Gamecock fan, I get it. Yes,
She's an Alabama
ECU
fan.
is a whole other universe.
She's an Alabama fan.
Alabama?
From South Carolina?
Hey, they're everywhere. There's a lot of Alabama fans here.
Yeah, but in the South, it's a little different.
I don't know. I
South
like
Carolina's
Jake.
South, man. It's below the
I
Mason
know.
Dixie.
It's regional, man. People rep their states down there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're in the South
So-
too.
She's a Gamecock. I called it.
I'm a Gamecock. So Natia, I've been to 2 college football games in my entire life. One Virginia Tech Hokies game, and then I went to a South Carolina game. I was in college in Florida, drove up because my roommate was from that area, and we tailgated and had the greatest time. Whatever that stadium's called, it was fantastic. So I got to give it to the Gamecock fans. They can throw down. It was
Hey.
so cool.
Look, I'm not an SEC guy at all. So it's whatever.
Yeah. This was the
Right.
Lou Holtz time frame though, when Lou Holtz was the Lou Holtz, right? Yeah, Lou Holtz was the coach before Spurrier. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I don't really have any kind of SEC rivalry hate. You know, it sucks though because it was always great back in the day because I had Maryland in the ACC, I had Penn State in the Big Ten, and then Maryland goes to the Big Ten and forces me to have rivalry divisions within the same conference.
There
I'm a
you go.
Louisville guy.
Louisville. Yes, Williams-Brice Stadium, Nazi. There you go. I couldn't remember it. I was a little drunk. No, Ryan, I'm not a Gator. I was in
I
school.
seen
down at
Louisville play
Daytona.
Miami. I seen Louisville play Miami once, and they had him beat all the way to the very end and punted it to Devin Hester, and then Devin Hester ran it back
Game
with no
over.
time left.
Game over.
Yeah, I saw Ray Rice win the stop Louisville's undefeated season in Rutgers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man.
all the games I went to.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
If you ever want to see a really good experience, go to State College, Pennsylvania, and go see a game at Beaver Stadium.
Beaver Stadium.
But Denny goes to a lot of Penn State games, man. Do you know that?
Oh, really?
Penn State's probably
He's a huge Penn State fan. Huge.
Yo, it's an experience because it's not. If you think that FedEx is outdated, you haven't been to Penn State.
Don't let your little boys go there though.
Don't matter.
Yeah. Natia said back when they was at them ass kicking chicken. So I will tell you the coolest thing on half the side of the stadium, one side says game, the other side of the stadium says Cox. So it's when they do the cheers like game, Cox, game, Cox. Now, I don't know how many people in that stadium, but there's a lot. It was
Why do I
at
feel like
time,
the Cox part would be louder?
They used to sell. Remember when they used to sell the hats, team name on the top, like in like the college font.
Yeah.
Let's put
And
Cox on
they
it.
used to just put Cox on it
Yeah.
back in the day. Like I knew a lot of people who bought that hat just because it said Cox for no other reason.
No other reason.
Hey.
Saturday, like I said, I'm taking the family. We're going to tailgate at the Bengals game after my son's soccer tournament. So we'll get there late, not doing a full tailgate. We'll bring our own food. I'm not cooking. But so we'll be in the red zone lot Saturday afternoon. If you're around, give me a holler. I think it'll be pretty tame. And then we'll watch a little bit of the game. Game starts at 6:05. Don't expect any of the starters to play the Bengals game, but this one's about, it's not the dress rehearsal. We just had the dress rehearsal. This one's about the bubble players, the roster players. And I think our next podcast will be a very 53-man roster prediction. We probably need to do that after the Bengals game, see who performs, how they perform. So our following podcast, not sure when that'll be, scheduled for next Thursday. If we do one earlier, it'll definitely be 53-man.
Who do you think this game, what player do you think this game matters to the most though?
Matters to the most?
Yeah, who do you think that it might all come down to this game to make the team?
I mean, Andre Jones. We already talked about that.
Nah, he's gonna make the team, bro.
You think he's gonna make the team?
I think I haven't seen one year really where Ron has cut a draft pick.
Because that actually shows that you didn't draft well if you did. So you're right. Coaches don't like
they don't cut draft picks, man.
Yeah.
So
Marcus said he's watching the Notre Dame game on Saturday, then watching the Commanders game. Later, family. Marcus, we appreciate you, man. Saturday should be fun. And then the following weekend, not Labor Day, but opening day, Phil and yours truly will be at the game bright and early.
A hell of a weekend for me.
It's going to be a crazy weekend. They want us there at 8:00 with the hog farmers and the command corner tailgate.
So,
a little bit early.
Let me tell you something. You didn't know this, Steve, but Saturday, because I'm acquainted with old Chad Dukes.
Yeah.
He's having an event on Saturday up at Flying Ace in Lovettsville. And I'm going to that. And then there's some fan event for the creators that they're putting together. I guess they're doing it at Theismann's again. I don't know yet.
Friday. That's Friday night.
Is that Friday night now?
Friday night.
Theismann's a steakhouse or some shit?
It's
it's
just a restaurant down in Alexandria.
I might go there anyway because I got nothing. Because I'm just going to stay up there Saturday night and then join up with you early Sunday morning.
Works. Whatever you want to do.
That way, I want to check that out anyway. I may not make it that far. Depends on how much I drink up at Flying Ace. But hey, if y'all want to come up to Flying Ace and drink with your boy, they got great bourbon and great food.
Let's go. It's gonna be a good time. Can't wait.
That's Friday the 9th. Or that's Saturday the 9th.
Any shout outs, Dev? Any shout outs before we close this?
Again, shout out to my baby girl, Alyssa. She will be 20 years old tomorrow. Shout out to the UAW, man. We're probably going on strike in a couple of weeks. That should be fun.
Oh, dude.
Well, get yourself a ticket and come up and join us because in a couple of weeks we're having week 1.
Yeah, I'm assuming if we go on strike, I'm gonna need to save that cash. You know, you know what I'm saying. My income will be halved on that day. You know what I'm saying. So
I know you. I know you're armed to sell a couple of those some of those pieces you got.
Nah, I'm not gonna sell a gun to go watch a Redskins game, man.
Bill, any shout outs?
Well, I already gave my shout out. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. If you know, you know. Other than that, shout out to myself. I am in the middle of trying to complete a capstone for my master's in the span of 2 weeks. I have until Labor Day weekend to get this done because I set that timeline for myself. I'm way through.
Yep. Hey, my shout outs. Listen, football's back. We've been lingering all off season, and this off season was very particular for us because previous off seasons it's been slow, and we were reaching for things to talk about on the podcast. What's up?
Are we gonna live stream our fantasy football game or draft?
We can. I don't know if anyone wants to watch us draft. We tried it. I think I put a Zoom last year. Only like 2 people came in. So I don't know if that's live stream worthy content. We could try.
That will be a night off for me.
We can try. I'm gonna have Zoom in all my other games. I just don't know if anyone wants to see us.
We'll see
On our laptops, and
we shall see.
But shout out to those who made it in the chat. Marcus, Natia, Ryan, and your third-born son. Thank you. He at least tried. We appreciate it. Chet Scotland, my father, Pop Dukes. Thank you for joining. We appreciate all you guys. As always, you can find this podcast on any of your audio platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeart.
Spread the word.
It's a great audio podcast. The audio is fantastic. I think we've done a very good job of cleaning up our audio. So please enjoy, spread the word. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Just hit that like button or hit the thumbs down. Don't care. Hit one of the buttons. We would really appreciate it. Hashtag do it for the algorithm. We would much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ryan said, I'm mad I missed that last spot. That's all good. Father said, good night, fellas. Thanks. Great show. Appreciate it. Ryan said, I was a degenerate podcast and pushed him off to the wife. You know what? It's part of being, that's life, man. That is life. We've all been through it. With the kids still going through it. So I thank my wife for allowing me to come down here once, twice a week to do this during bedtime. So
mine's grown.
Not me. I got 4 grown ones and a baby, but he ain't a baby. He's like 10. He don't really stay. He stays with his mama, so I ain't got to deal with that. But hey, I'm telling you right now, man, kids suck. They ruin all your hopes, dreams. They destroy your bank account, man. They fucking
still love them.
Yeah, but still love them, man. I can't explain it.
They never pay for drugs, not even once.
Not even once. Hey, it's horrible when they come and ask for drugs.
You kidding me? Come on, man.
Can I get like a dub off you? I said, you got $20? No, that's some bullshit, man.
Oh man,
it's the gift that keeps on giving, man, or keeps on taking, rather.
That's right. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate all the interaction. We'll be back next Thursday. Check out. Make sure you turn the notifications on YouTube. See when we go live. Might be even earlier than Thursday. We shall see. But the next episode, we definitely do a 53-person man roster prediction. So please gather your thoughts. We'd love to interact with you online. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we love y'all. Peace and hail. We out.